joined by Jack Kiefer. And this afternoon's contest should be a great one, and it's the opening of the 2025 lacrosse season. Jack, you look at last year, Colgate's returning a lot of players. Penn State loses TJ Malone among 17 players from last year's squad. What can you tell us about the guy in net right there for Colgate, though, Matt Lacombe?
Matt Lacombe had a huge performance last year against the Nittany Lions on this field at Panzer Stadium. He had 12 saves in that appearance. Reigning Patriot League Goalie of the Year. They will need another huge game out of him today if they want a chance to have another upset. And
then on the other side of the field, there's another elite shot stopper for Penn State. There he is, Jack Frassian. What can you tell us about him, Jack?
Frassian's one of the best goalies, if not the best goalie in the country. He's the back-to-back Big Ten Specialist of the Year, projected to go into the PLL draft at some point, and he will need to stand on his toes again if he wants the Nittany Lions to get their season off to a better start than they did last year.
Touched on it a little bit as we take a look at the starters out there for this afternoon's contest. PLL Rookie of the Year TJ Malone was the boss of the offense for Penn State the last 2 seasons, had 252 points during his career here in Happy Valley. He's gone. Who do you expect to step up for Penn State?
I think it's going to be a combination of those 3 down at attack between Duracco, Kyle Lehman, and Matt Trainer. They all play very different styles, but also still have that ability to get the ball to each other and produce those points for their offense.
Moments ago, you just saw number 4 in maroon, Rory Connor. Electric season last year, 30 goals, 35 assists in 15 games. He runs at X for Colgate. His younger brother, Liam Connor, number 14, also going to see some time at attack. At center field, Colby Baldwin will take the opening draw of the 2025 season. There's Lacombe once again, standing right next to Quinn Fitzsimmons, one of the poles for Colgate. Last year's contest, Colby Baldwin took 1 draw. Chase Mullins took all the other ones for Penn State. Baldwin solidified himself as a guy who will be facing off against Kyle Rummel, the sophomore from New Jersey. Face-off violation on Rummel to start the season. Baldwin will get it underway for Penn State. And there's Max Yates, number 1 for Colgate, rocking the black cleats, black socks combo. That's a power move after last season. 7 ground balls, 4 caused turnovers in this contest. Yates, the second most ground balls among non-face-off specialists last year behind Virginia's Ben Ware. And here he's having a great scrimmage right now. There's a new face, Jack Amon for Penn State. Transferred in from Rutgers after 4 years there. Was injured last year. Both games the Nittany Lions played against the Scarlet Knights. We'll see what he has in store for Penn State. Now on, it's the sophomore Kyle Lehman. He hands off to Amon. Yates closely checking him. That'll be an interesting matchup to watch all afternoon. Luke Wallstrom hands off to Matt Trainer. Trainer at X working on Murnane. Should be a good contest between those two all afternoon long as well. Murnane was very solid, and there he is causing a turnover right there to start the game. Erickson picks up, and here's the transition game of Colgate, Jack.
Yeah, they true showed their potential last year in the transition game, but yet again in that play just had a bad turnover there going to Nittany Lions well.
Great stick from Alex Ross. Here's Lehman, far wing, step down, he scores! Kyle Lehman opens the season for the Nittany Lions with the first, my goodness, some steam from the sophomore.
Lehman had a hat trick in his college debut against this team last year, and he's starting off his season once again with a goal to add to his number.
Kyle Lehman came in, looked like he would be the heir apparent to TJ Malone at X. We haven't said the name Ryan Duracco. You'll hear it soon as you see the replay once again. The step down howitzer from Lehman to open 2025 for the Nittany Lions. A hat trick and an assist last year against Colgate. He was exceptional, followed it up with a hat trick against Villanova. Baldwin wins the draw, step down shot from Trainer. That one sailed over the bar, backed up by Ryan Duracco. Here's a face right here. Jack, what can you tell us about Duracco and him coming in from Army?
Yeah, the Pennsylvania native. He's a Haverford school guy out of Philadelphia. A lot of those guys on this team. But Duracco's a very steady on all parts of the field. He can operate behind the X, in front of the crease. He can kind of do a little bit of it all.
If you think Haverford, you think Penn State, you got to think TJ Malone, Grant Ament, Chris Sabia, Mac Costin, and the list goes on and on. A lot of great recruits out of Haverford have played for Coach Tambroni. Here's Lehman. He opened the score, rolls away from the defender. His shot fired wide, backed up by Duracco. 42 on the shot clock, 13:04. left in this opening frame. 15-minute quarters here in college lacrosse. They play 4 of them. DeRocco working from GLE. He finds Lehman. Now ball spinning around top. Hunter Aquino, promising freshman this year for Coach Tambroni's team. Hands off to Hobbs. Hobbs, lefty rep, flies well over Lacombe. Penn State backs it up with DeRocco once again. 29 on the clock, Jack.
Yeah, DeRocco getting the ball behind, moving it up to Trainer. Haven't seen much out of him too much early, but he is the face of this offense, so expect that to change.
Absolutely. Here's Aquino. Standing 6'4", talented freshman. Trainer's shot blocked out front, rang off a body. That's a big block there from Carabine. Colgate looking to clear with Lacombe. Last year we saw Colgate roll out the 10-man ride against Penn State. Penn State will elect to just run a normal, clear defense, try and wreak havoc. Connor closely checked by Alex Ross, the first possession this Colgate offense has had. Now it's Liam Connor. Apologies, that's Ben Trumbull. It's a 2, not a 1. Ben Trumbull from Orillia, Ontario. His dad played in the CFL. Brother Sam is at Denver, playing lacrosse for that team. Transferred in from U Sports his first year with the Pioneers. Down at X, there's Liam Connor. Scored the game-winning goal in last year's contest, being heavily checked by Kevin Parnham. Ball swings down low. Hunter drew in. Scored 4 last year for Colgate. It was his coming-out party last year at Panzer Stadium. Here he is working on O'Connor. Drew in. Backing down Ryan O'Connor. He'll spin away. He's got some help up top, not electing to pass. Hunter drew in. Toying with the Penn State defense. Finally hands off. Far side. Jack Turner has it checked away. Good close checking from the Penn State D-core. That was Brendan Leary. And then there's the help. Will Costin and Ryan O'Connor forced a turnover. Nittany Lions in transition. Trainer slows it down, swings it back up top. Kyle Aldridge, the D-midi, hanging on out there, allowing bodies to change. Brendan Leary over the midfield line, followed by Trumbull. Ethan Long crosses over, as does Erickson. Wallstrom was open in the middle. Nobody saw him. Down low to Rocco. He'll extend over GLE with the pass. Trainer far side, looking for Amon. He airmails him. Ball out of bounds. Colgate back the other way.
It's a good look by Trainer as Amon was streaking towards net wide open coming out of the box. Just an errant pass from the senior.
Colgate wanted the quick restart there. Officials didn't give him the all clear, made him set the ball back down and restart. Lacombe well out of his crease, helping out this clear game. Good check there on the ride from Lehman. Penn State moving. Kyle Lehman carrying. Sends it down low to DeRocco. DeRocco doesn't see it. Ball behind the cage. That's another turnover, and that's a bad one right there.
Turnovers were a huge problem last year for the Nittany Lions in this game. A couple early turnovers here, once again, by Jeff Tambroni's squad.
On the far sideline over by the restraining box, there is a man down on Colgate. Not sure who it is. With the player down in the field. We're going to step aside. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Penn State men's lacrosse here on Big Ten Plus. Welcome back to Panzer Stadium. Down on the field, it was Aiden Murnane, the senior D-pole from Briarcliff, New York. One of Colgate's top players, played in 39 games in his career, 92 ground balls and 56 caused turnovers to his name. That's a key loss for this team.
Yes, it is. It looks like Max Yates might have to slide down from that LSM role, which he's been very effective for the Raiders last season. Might have to slide down to that close defensive role now with Murnane hurt.
Jack Turner working on Will Costin. Costin spoiling any dodge he had there. Now Trumbull. Heavily guarded there by Luca DiBartolomeo, the freshman pole. 3 DiBartolomeos on this team. Luca, the oldest, Perry and Roman twins. They're all freshmen, though. Luca, a very cool story for the Nittany Lions. Battled non-Hodgkin's lymphoma during his high school freshman year. Had to reclass, did 5 years of high school. Now he's a freshman here at Penn State. 4-star recruit, according to Inside Lacrosse, the number 26 player at one point in that 2024 class. Very excellent pickup for Coach Tambroni in the 2024 recruiting class. Ross was checking Rory Connor there heavily. Now it spins down low to X. Looking to create for Colgate there was Casey Quinson. Unable to put a shot on goal. He's a freshman. Colgate returning a lot of firepower from last season on both sides of the field, but have some young talent to mix in on the offensive side, more specifically in the midfield room. Pass to Druin at top of the box here. He's working toward that far side, being checked by DiBartolomeo. He forces a turnover. Great defense there from the freshman. Scarpello starts to restart with John King. We didn't expect to see him today, but there he is. King, far side, looking to Lehman, driving downhill. His shot stopped by Lacombe. Big save there from Matt Lacombe.
As we talked about in the pregame, Lacombe made a bunch of huge saves in this matchup last year. Starting off again hot here today.
There's Quinson, far side in that alleyway. Hands off to Fitzsimmons. He'll go off for a change. Now Trumbull working his way down low. Maybe looking to invert. Nope, just going to attack King head on. 6'4", Trumbull fires a shot wide of Frassi, and the run out won by Rory Connor. That was a close one. Alex Ross thought he got there first. Trumbull showcasing that 6'4", 230-pound frame on the smaller John King right there. Here's Trumbull again at X. Guarded by Costin now. He'll hand off. Works up top to Jack Turner. He's a very good stretch shooter for this team. Likes to operate on the right wing. Not there right now, but we'll see if he works his way there. Here's Hunter Druin. Now Liam Connor down low, looking for Rory. That pass knocked down. Another great defensive play from this Penn State defense. And Jack, I'll give you a chance to talk about the Penn State defense, how they're exceptional, and they returned a lot of good players.
Exactly. We started the top of the show talking about Frassian, but he's the leader of that defense. But guys like Alex Ross and Kevin Parnham, who've played a lot of games for the blue and white, for Coach Tambroni, bring a lot of experience back, and going into any matchup, there's favorable matchups against those attackmen.
Absolutely. Colgate rolled out the 10-man ride there for the first time. Penn State beat it with a Costin bomb downfield to Duraco. Now they're getting set in their offense. Here's Amon swinging one to Lehman. Down low, pass to Wallstrom, heavily checked by Fitzsimmons. Luke Wallstrom very shifty from down low, inverting right now on Fitzsimmons. He'll hand off to Long. Ethan Long working Max Yates. Spins one far side, Lehman on a shorty. This is a mismatch. Kyle Lehman works around Erickson down low. Can't work up top to the crease. Now at X Lehman. Scanning his options. He's got his defender hung up. That's Erickson. 15 on the shot clock. Now down to 10 on the shot clock. Lehman's got to operate quickly here. Lehman looking for an option out front. He's got 5 on the clock. Going to take it at Erickson. Gets up top, inside feed, looking for Amon. That's to Long. Long steps down. Big block shot. Max Yates stares down Long after serving him some punishment, too. And there's the energy, Jack. The black cleats, black socks. Look at this hit again. Soaks it off the cranium. Lays the wood, too. My goodness, Max Yates.
Max Yates is not scared to put his body out there to do whatever he needs to do to get that possession back for his team, including taking one right off the dome there.
It's one of those ones, boys will give you a pat on the back once you get to the sideline. Yates going off for a change now, but ball on the offensive side. Here's Rory Connor working up top, hands off. Jack Turner, far wing, allowing some subs to get onto the field. Here's Quinson. Handing back off. Colgate still going through their final changes before spinning it down low. Liam Connor working on Kevin Parnham, donning the 16 for Penn State this year. Quinson again, working downhill on Leary. He'll hand off. Good dodge inside Quinson. His shot wide of the cage. Colgate is creating, just unable to finish so far. 26 on the shot clock for the Raiders. Pass out front, Quinson. On O'Connor. No shot lane. He'll work it back down low. Liam Connor now. Working the screen game with Tommy Arata. Nothing doing. Now it's Turner. Rolling away from his defender. Jack Turner, low angle, cuts through the crease, stuffed by Frasian. Jack Frasian is here to play. Didn't have his best game last year against Colgate. Only 7 saves. It was his worst game of the season, in fact. One that he wanted back. And he's starting out hot here this afternoon at Panzer Stadium. Flag on the field. Colgate going to be serving. Too many, it looks like. Yep, too many. There's 7 bodies on the defensive side for Colgate right now. Duraco with the ball below GLE, moves it up. Trainer hands off to Aquino. Penn State getting subs on the field. Here's Hobbs at the logo. Mac Hobbs, first time working into the rotation from Dallas, Texas. Dallas Jesuit product. Lehman working one-on-one with the shorty. Colgate can double. They've got the extra guy out there because of the penalty. Penn State 30 to operate on the shot clock. Will Peden rolling over GLE. Heavily checked. He'll hand off. Now Aquino. Back to Peden. He'll work away from his defender. Down low, Trainer. Pass out front. Step down shot. Hobbs. That one steams wide of the cage. Backed up by Colgate. Doesn't matter, though. We got the first man-up opportunity of the season for the Nittany Lions, Jack. Here's another look at that save from Frasian on Turner. Coming to the crease. Served him some Thanksgiving stuffing right there, Jack.
Frasian thrives in those in-tight situations, and he showed again right there why he is one of the best goalies in the country.
Last year, it was number 8, Jeb Brenflecht, the man-up specialist who operated the middle of the field. See on your screen, 51. Liam Matthews, he's a new guy on the man-up unit for Penn State. Trainer hands off to Aquino. Now back to Trainer at the top. He quarterbacks this unit. Far side Amon. Step down rip. That worm burner skips wide of the cage. Good take there. 17 on the man-up opportunity here for the Nittany Lions. It was just a 30-second penalty. That's how the extra man penalties go here in Lacrosse. Now Trainer, step down bullet, saved by Lacombe. Having some trouble with the rebound. Ball picked up by Matthews. Great work from Ethan Long to jar that free. Trainer step down again. He scores! Well soaking some punishment. Matt Trainer ignites the crowd at Panzer and makes the score 2-0 Nittany Lions.
The and one for Matt Trainer to get his first goal of the season to begin his senior campaign.
Matt Lacombe was standing tall between the pipes, made some big saves, but when the ball skipped back out top, pass from Matthews to Trainer, the corner stood no chance. My goodness. '79th goal of Matt Trainer's career, creeping up on that 80. Still 70 plus behind TJ Malone's 152 during his career, though. That's the type of number drop off the Nittany Lions are dealing with. Colby Baldwin goes early. That's a face-off violation. Colgate gets the quick start here. Kyle Rummel struggled last year in this contest, was 2 of 8, 25%. His backup, Johnny Hartzell, played much better against the Nittany Lions. Hartzell was the starter last year at face-off for Colgate, but lost the job to Rummel. Colgate looking to respond now. Trumbull working down low to X, 24 on 24. Trumbull on Aldridge. Trumbull swimming over Aldridge, trying to get toward the cage, can't quite do so. Now Liam Connor's got his man hung up. Frasian out of his cage, Penn State willing to press. Parnham going to pressure, pass to Trumbull. He fanned on the shot, picked back up though by Jack Turner. He's checked by DeBartolomeo. Ground ball's loose, picked up by Trumbull. Pass out front, drew in, can't quite catch it. Now Frasian gets the big goalie hat on the ball. Crease violation on Colgate, Penn State the other way.
Early in this game, this Penn State defense is flying around, quick to the ball, getting a lot of aggressive checks in there, forcing a lot of turnovers early from this Raiders offense.
2:45 left here in the opening quarter of the 2025 lacrosse season for Colgate and Penn State. Pass out front, Matthews shot turned away. Huge hit by Ethan Long. Whistle blows, flag thrown Flag on the play, waiting to see who's assessed the penalty here. Refs are talking. Here's a replay. Lacombe out of his cage, tripped up a little bit there by Long. Likely to see 20 trot his way over the restraining box, which he's doing right now. Looking over at the signal. Looks just like a normal 30-second tech. We'll see. It is Long off the box. First time to see this Colgate man-up unit, Jack, which was very solid.
Yeah, they were one of the best man-up units in the country last year, especially in the Patriot League. They have those guys like Rory Connor leading that unit at the from the top, and guys like Jack Turner, like Ben Trumbull, who can let it rip from the outside. This should be a very good unit once again this year.
Watch out for number 5 in maroon, Hunter Drouin. 5 man-up goals last season. Tied for 30th nationally with a plethora of other players. Far side there was Turner. Now it's Drouin near. His pass down low. Connects with Connor. His shot stuffed by Frassian. Rebound out top. They score! My goodness, Jack Turner flamethrower ignites, and the Colgate Raiders cut the lead down to 1.
Jack Turner, 3rd in the Patriot League in goals per game last year, gets his first of the season on that man-up unit. He's well known for his ability to step into one from the outside, but on that one, just got the loose ball and was able to beat that one, or get that one by Frassian.
3rd in the Patriot League in goals per game last year, 5th in the Patriot League in goals. That's Jack Turner. Had 40 last year. First of his senior campaign here in 2025, and it was a bullet, to say the least. Nittany Lions lead 2-1. Just over 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Rummel off the faceoff, he scores! Kyle Rummel wins the faceoff, and we've got a Fogo goal. Just like that, 2-2's your score.
Kyle Rummel beat Chase Mullins in his first faceoff of the game. He trots onto the field, gets beat off the clamp there, and Rummel just takes it right down Broadway and beats Frassian.
Kyle Rummel had 2 goals last year. As I said, wasn't great against Penn State, but won 2 key draws down the stretch for Colgate in that contest. Now he's scoring goals. Hartzell on to take this faceoff, give Rummel a break. He's out there against Baldwin. It was Chase Mullins who got beat on that prior faceoff by Rummel, leading to the goal. Hartzell wins it clean against Baldwin. Now Hartzell charging toward goal. That one checked from behind by Baldwin. Good recovery from him right there. He's the more athletic of the 2 Penn State face-off guys we've seen here this afternoon. Baldwin, number 9. He'll stay on the field and play offense, too. He can score goals. Went to Scarsdale High School over in New York. Frassian firing a pass downfield to DeRocco. Wonder if we'll see Jack Frassian rip one at the cage here this afternoon, Jack.
Hey, if he has a chance, he hasn't been shy about that in the past before and letting it fly from the other side of the field. So you never know what today might bring you.
The 10-man ride. So far, not as disruptive in this contest, something Penn State didn't necessarily expect last year coming into this game. A game in which Jeff Tambroni said they earned a lot of respect in multiple players on this Colgate team, a team that they knew they needed to play better against this year. Pass inside, doesn't connect. Aquino was looking for Peden. DeRocco fired a shot wide, the cage backed up by Matthews. No Matt Trainer on the field after that goal he scored. Keep you up to date on 22 and white. Here's DeRocco working the righty wing. Gets topside, hands off far side. Aquino down low. Now it's Matthews. Crafty Canadian ripped up the OJLL. That's box lacrosse in Canada, junior league. Penn State runs out of time on the shot clock. They'll throw it to the corner. Another turnover on the Nittany Lions, their 4th of this quarter. Colgate's got 5, though. That's why this game is even at 2. Neither team valuing possession of the ball. Lacombe's pass works over the midline to Donnie Tedesco, defensive midfielder for Colgate. His pass almost dropped far sideline by Jack Turner. Opened the scoring for the Raiders. 10 seconds on the clock. Colgate's got to go quick if they want to add another to the tally here in the first quarter. Alex Ross heavy on Favreau. He rolled out front. His shot turned away. 2 seconds and 1 on the clock. 0.6 now. Colgate needs a miracle here out front if they want a goal. 0.6 on the clock on the restart. Nothing doing. That's the nope. They're going to reset the ball here. They didn't roll the time off the clock. Penn State thought the end of the quarter happened. Now they're back to the sideline. Rory Connor's going to hand off to Hunter Druin. See what Coach Carwick of Colgate drew up in one of these situations in practice earlier this week. It's a last-second Hail Mary heave opportunity out front for the Raiders. Druin on the restart. Clock winds down. There's a flag down on the field right outside of Frasian's crease. Carwick at the middle of the field, irate at the officials. Brendan Leary travels to the restraining box. Didn't see who it was for Colgate. Looked like Ryan Favreau. So now we've got 5-on-5 action, Jack.
Hey, 5-on-5 to end the quarter. We'll go into the second quarter with a little 5-on-5 action. What's better than the start of lacrosse season?
Look at it again. It's battle out front here. Look for 2 in white, 44 maroon. The flag was thrown right there, so they were obviously holding on to each other, jarring a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Trumbull at the top of the box on the far side on Aldridge. That's one matchup. Trumbull cutting toward the cage. Druin's on this near side. Kevin Parnham going to try and play the disruptor role against him. 4 stacked in the middle for both sides. Frasian between the pipes. Druin and Parnham on this near sideline. 0.6 on the clock, matching 30-second penalties. Druin shot low skipper, turned away by Frasian. So when we come back from break, we're going to have 5-on-5 action. It's a 2-2 score here from Panzer Stadium. Don't go anywhere. Second quarter action coming here on Big Ten Plus.
Just went right down Broadway and got the first face-off goal of the year for the Raiders.
When a clamp, carry down, enter the box, fire away. Simple life for a Fogo if things are going right. Now, when things are going wrong, it's not a pretty position to play because a lot of people will be calling you out. 5-on-5 here to start quarter number 2. A couple matching penalties between Brendan Leary and Ryan Favreau with 0.6 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. So we'll see what unfolds here in quarter number 2. Once again, Hayden Lewis and Jack Kiefer here on Big Ten Plus for this season opening contest between the Penn State Nittany Lions and Colgate Raiders. Yates pushes Baldwin from behind. O'Connor giving Chase the ball. He's going to have to come all the way back down, hand it off to somebody else to restart the action here onto the field. For the Nittany Lions, it's Luke Wallstrom at that logo right now carrying the ball. Penn State going to change personnel, probably kill time until they can get back to 6v6. Wallstrom loves to invert, very quick behind the cage. It's guarded by Eldridge there. Now Lehman feeding out top, long down low. Here's Matthews, BTB, Liam Matthews, some filthy mitts. Get used to it, Penn State.
Liam Matthews, can I say any less? He is the man-up specialist replacing Jeb Brenfleck, who transferred this offseason to High Point. And Matthews has a history of playing a lot of box lacrosse, played box lacrosse over the summer in Canada, has those filthy mitts. He's been growing up playing his entire life, so that's just a little sneak peek of what Liam Matthews has in his bag.
Liam Matthews has probably the filthiest hands on the Nittany Lions. Last summer, a couple summers ago at least, playing in the OJLL for the Orangeville Northmen, a team that featured Joey Spallina of Syracuse, Trey Deer of Syracuse, a lot of other good talent. He had a 164-point season one year, had a 140-point season another. He's nasty. He could score in tight. That's what he's known to do. Baldwin wins the face-off. His backhand pass sails well over Lehman. Another turnover for the Nittany Lions, their 5th of the game. Colgate also with 5.
To despite that turnover, that's the benefit of having a face-off room of combination that Jeff Tambroni uses. Colby Baldwin can win those face-offs quickly, get up the field, and create that early offense. Despite that turnover on that one, he has the ability to do so.
Colgate able to clear Penn State's ride, proving to be effective early here, making it hard on Colgate to reach that midline, get the ball over the top of it. Nonetheless, here's Liam Connor working on John King. John King, a guy that Coach Tambroni said was close to returning from injury, didn't give us a timeline. Wednesday this week, he didn't play against Bucknell in a scrimmage a couple weeks ago. No reports from the Army scrimmage. It was closed. Only team personnel for both sides allowed to be in attendance for that game over in West Point last weekend. So the first we're seeing King this spring. That pass picked off by Parnham. Apologies, that may be Ross. That is Alex Ross. Excellent junior defender for the Nittany Lions, a guy that will likely see drafted to the PLL in 2026. That's not this upcoming year. It's next year's draft. Will Costin keeps the ball over the midline for the Nittany Lions. Maybe not, but Penn State not going to ask questions. Now Lehman working at far side. Now Matthews inside. That pass poked away by Fitzsimmons. Good work from him inside on the crafty Canadian. Jack Amon crushed. That draws a couple pieces of laundry. Matt Traynor back on the field for the Nittany Lions after missing a few shifts. Penn State to the man up.
Yeah, Jack Amon took one in the middle of the field. They're drawing that flag, so we're going to see a replay here. Just a little late of a hit, high hit. The ball was loose. Nittany Lions going to their second man-up opportunity of the game.
Quinn Fitzsimmons, the 6'4", 220-pound D-pull, walked his way over. He'll be serving some time. 12:46 left in quarter number 2, half number 1 here from Panzer Stadium. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us here this afternoon on Big Ten Plus for the opening game of the lacrosse season. Should be a very interesting one here at Panzer Stadium. Some great teams coming into town to play the Nittany Lions this year. In a few weeks we'll see Princeton. They're going to be excellent this year. Coulter Mackesy, get used to hearing that name a lot in a few weeks. Penn State to the minute-long man-up pass inside. There's Matthews. He rings one off pipe. BTB from Duraco, stuffed by Lacombe. Quick action from some new faces on the offensive side for the Nittany Lions. Amon and Duraco mauled Lacombe. Colgate able to clear. That's huge.
That is huge. The Raiders struggled to get the ball clearing in the first quarter. Penn State ride was making that difficult for them. They did it again there once again, but Lacombe was able to get the ball free to his D-midi and clear the ball up the field.
Penn State doubling Liam Connor, trying to get the ball back for the man up. Parnham jarred it free. Loose ball picked up by Kevin Parnham. Kevin Parnham's a guy, one of the more underrated players on Penn State entering this season. He was, a Big Ten, an all Big Ten player after his freshman year. He was recognized as a great pull. Entered his sophomore campaign, got injured. Comes back last year, gets injured again, misses half the season. He's a guy that is really good. He's been in the Big Ten forever. He's played a lot of lacrosse games, key ones for this Nittany Lion team. But he's dealt with so many key injuries to his upper body throughout his career to the point where not many people give him the respect that he may deserve. The Penn State D-core is very deep. Here's Lehman on the offensive side of the field, working a shorty. Once again, it's Patty Eldridge. Now down low, Peden with his man hung up. He'll pass up top. Aquino, step down. There it is. Hunter Aquino, welcome to Happy Valley. His first collegiate goal. It gives Penn State the 4-2 lead.
The 6'4" freshman was known coming into Happy Valley for that right-hand ripper, and he just showed us again right there. As we look at the replay here, Peden feeds him from X, and Aquino just has time and space and lets it rip and beats Lacombe.
Hunter Aquino is a Penn State kid through and through. 8 family members have attended Penn State. He was originally committed to Army. Jeff Tambroni able to get him to come to Penn State after seeing him in the summer circuits. Figured out, hey, this is a guy that we got to try and get to Happy Valley here. Joins the squad with Army transfer Ryan Duraco. Those two would have been good for Black Knights, who are a very talented team once again this year. Here's Baldwin off the faceoff. His pass once again to Lehman. No good. Those two unable to connect through multiple points in this game. John King mucking it up in the middle with Yates. Ground ball loose. Nobody can get it. Gonna call a push on the Nittany Lions. Restart going the way of the Raiders.
This game has been a physical game in between the two boxes so far. Both teams fighting for those possessions, and that should continue throughout the rest of this contest.
The Nittany Lions with 6 cause turnovers so far. Colgate has turned the ball over 7 times, so only 1 unforced error for the Raiders. For Penn State, 7 turnovers as well in this game, 4 of them unforced. They only have 3 cause turnovers, they being Colgate Raiders. Here's Trumbull, near wing, working on John King. Trumbull going to use that frame to his advantage, getting his low steamer kicked away by Frassian. Scarpello out to defend there. Now stretch shot, Turner. Penn in the corner again. Jack Turner, his second of the game. The flamethrowers are hot and active here in Panzer Stadium.
The senior we talked about earlier when he picked up his first goal, known for that hammer of a righty shot. He shows again once again right there what he is able to do once he gets his hands free.
Last year, Jack Turner, 24th in the nation in goals per game, averaged 2.67 a game, and there's his second of the day right there. Another flamethrower off stick on Frassian to cut the lead back down to 1 in favor of the Nittany Lions. Baldwin and Rummel at the stripe. So far have dueled it out throughout this contest. Baldwin winning another clamp though. Talked to Coach Tambroni earlier this week. Here's Aldridge quickly, far side, Trainer, bang! Matt Trainer knocking those ears around, acting like the Nittany Lion mascot. Penn State 5-3.
Matt Trainer, over his career as a Nittany Lion, first started coming out of the box, then moved down to attack last year, has perfected that low to high release. He has one of the fastest shots in the Big Ten. He just hit 80 career goals. Big season ahead for number 22.
Matt Trainer, the new face of the offense for the Nittany Lions. I was about to talk about it at least. Max Yates, a guy that mucked up the middle of the field for Colgate last year. A guy that Coach Tambroni coming to the game said that they had to be more aware of on those wing plays because he's very good off the ground. He's a Dyson vacuum. To give you a little comparison, the way he's picking everything up. But the Nittany Lions able to stay away from Yates so far in this game. Another face-off one via the ground ball from the wings there. That time was DeBartolomeo for the Nittany Lions. Penn State looking to clear on the 10-man. Alex Ross took a peek at the net there, thought about firing it. Frassian's got 5 to get it over the midline, 3 to get over the midline for Penn State. Amon does it. Now it's Costin. He'll hand off. Trainer, wide open cage. Why not? The first half.
Yeah, the 10-man ride, bread and butter for this Colgate defense, but as you said there, has the opportunity to be beat, and when you get beat like that, it gives guys like Matt Trainer those opportunities for those easy goals.
Gotta wonder, will Colgate change up the way they're running the 10-man ride? Because that time it was Matt Lacombe on Matt Trainer. You can't get away with that. Here's a goal again. Matt Trainer, first hat trick of the season, a guy that can score a lot of goals. Colgate calls timeout. We're going to step aside. Don't go anywhere. Pitt State leads Colgate 6-3 here on Big Ten Plus. back here at Panzer Stadium. 2 Matt Trainer goals in the span of 31 seconds, giving the Nittany Lions a 6-3 lead here at Panzer Stadium. Hayden Lewis joined by Jack Kiefer here on Big Ten Plus. Trainer's 80th and 81st goal of his career. His hat trick as well, first one of the season. So far at the faceoff strike, Penn State's won 60%, but here's Kyle Rummel beating Baldwin. Rummel looking for his second of the game. Fired that one wide near side of Frasian. Baldwin 6 of 10 on the day. Chase Mullins 0 of 1 for Penn State. Rummel 4 of 10. And then Johnny Hartzell 1 of 1. Far side Trumbull works it down low to Liam Connor. They'll play the 2-man game behind the cage. Pass up top, Jack Turner, he's got 2. Twister there, turned away by Frasian. Penn State looking for the quick restart.
Yeah, the Nittany Lions were playing 5-on-5 there. Rummel had Baldwin held up right in front of that Colgate sideline, just trying to play the advantage, get some little more space for that Colgate offense, but unsuccessful as Jack Frasian made another big save as he started this game hot so far.
Jack Amone for the Nittany Lions, transfer from Rutgers, had 20 goals on the season last year, no assists. He's a known goal scorer. Now he's working his way below GLE, looking to maybe run a 2-man game here with Kyle Lehman. Donnie Tedesco is on Amone. He'll hand off, pass out front to Liam Matthews. He's unable to handle it. Turnover Nittany Lions. Amone riding hard, but Colgate looking like they're going to clear. Hunter Druin on the back side of the field. Don't see him there often, but it was because of a quick start from the Nittany Lions. Turner looked like he was about to step into one. That one skipped wide of his stick. Turnover, ball back the other way for the Nittany Lions. Ryan Biello playing down low for Aiden Murnane, who was hurt in the first quarter. Here's John King, going to back off Fitzsimmons. Apologies, that's Biello. Amone taps the head, slows things down. That's the signal for Penn State. They tap their head, they're slowing things down, going off for a change. Now it's Trainer going to restart the offense here, matched with a short stick. Trainer works by Tedesco, now to Lehman. Near side Lehman working over GLE. Step down long. That one off the top of the head of the stick of Lacombe. Another save added to his tally. He's been shelled here early in this contest. Wallstrom works low to Lehman. BTB Matthews. There it is again. The hands are so quick, Jack.
I don't know if he just practices that when he's in his bedroom, he sleeps with his stick. Something makes that feel super comfortable for Liam Matthews, as he can just do it whenever and whenever.
Here's Amone working top side. He'll spin one down low. Wallstrom, feed up top to Long. That one skips over his head. Loose ball picked up by Long, trying to work around Tedesco, who's gassed. He's been out there a lot. Now Amone, he'll step into one, turned away. Lacombe, good stick save there from the senior netminder. His pass on the clear, though, had some trouble. But here's Kiley. Kiley down low, shot from the far side. They score. Rory Connor, his first of the season. And Colgate cuts it back down to a 2-goal lead for the Nittany Lions. That's huge. Rory Connor, first time we've really called his name here this afternoon.
Rory Connor had a huge year last year for the Raiders, as he led the team in points, as he just gets free on that low left wing, gets his hands free, and has a one-on-one with Frasian, and is able to beat the All-Big Ten netminder.
Rory Connor, a guy that got to see Brian Minikis of the Carolina Chaos now, and Michael Minikis, 2 brothers, play at Colgate. Rory able to convince his younger brother Liam, number 14, playing on that attack line, to come to Colgate. This is their second season playing together, and they love it. Got some great chemistry down low. We'll see if they can continue to ignite it here in this game. Huge ground ball battle between these two teams off the ensuing faceoff from that Rory Connor goal. Loose ball picked up by Colgate. A whistle blown. A trip on the play. Ball going the way of Colgate here.
This has been a battle in the middle of the field, as the Raiders have already implemented a double pull on the wing for those faceoffs, trying to create more havoc in the middle of the field, make that harder for the Nittany Lions to get that ball up off the ground, and it proved again to work in their favor on that one.
The double pull Caused a lot of issues for Penn State last year. Brought a lot of benefits for Colgate's, though. Alex Ross heavily checks the far guy for Colgate there. It was Andrew Kiefer. He got dropped to the floor. Preseason All-American watch. Ross was on it. He's a very good pull for the Nittany Lions, a guy that added about 15 pounds of muscle between his freshman and sophomore year last year. And it was evident last season. He was very physical, held his own against some of the older, more veteran players in the Big Ten last year, and he's looking to have a good junior campaign here. Here's DeRocco, his defender hung up. It's Biello. He'll hand off, though. Will Peden now working down low, a guy that played a lot of attack in the early stages of his career when there were injuries throughout this Penn State lineup. Now working out of the midfield. DeRocco up top. Matthews works around Yates. Hands off to Hobbs. Hobbs now to Aquino. Down low, back to Peden. Peden, man, hung up out front. Inside feed, DeRocco buries it. Ryan DeRocco, his first as a Nittany Lion and also his first of his career. Welcome to Happy Valley.
We're seeing a lot of that rotation down low from attack. We've seen a lot of looks from DeRocco, from Matthews, from Lehman, from Matt Trainer, that rotation. But more specifically, DeRocco and Matthews are those inside guys, really efficient on those in-tight looks. And we saw right there for DeRocco's first of his career as a Nittany Lion.
Ryan DeRocco, the next in the long line of Haverford attackmen to grace Penn State's beautiful white and navy blue colors. He's a guy that, you know, TJ Malone never got to play with. TJ Malone played with Grant Ament for a year in high school, and that's how he worked his way to Penn State. Malone never played with DeRocco. Shared kind words, though, because DeRocco played with Malone's younger brother, Teddy, who's a junior now at Harvard. Said, Ryan's a guy that always played the right way. He's smart. He's consistent. Does the right things on the field, and he was happy to see him get a chance here in Happy Valley. That's big words from a Penn State great here in this lacrosse program. Now it's Mac Hobbs, just under 50 seconds on the shot clock, 4:20 in this half remaining. Hobbs going to invert. That's what Penn State's been going to often here against Donnie Tedesco. Pass up top, Trainer, low to high rip, turn aside Lacombe, Hobbs rebounds. He's checked away. Trainer picks back up, feed inside. Was looking for Peden. Now it's Aquino. Trainer got dropped late. Flag on the play. Penn State will go to the man up. They got a fresh 60 from the save. Matthews is hobbled in tight. That's not good for the Nittany Lions. It's Trainer, though, down at X. Trainer, backhand sweeper. That one wide of the cage. Nittany Lions headed back to the man up. They lead 7-4 here on home field, trying to avenge their loss last season against the Colgate Raiders, Jack.
Yeah, and this has been a great start to this, or I should say half of this second quarter, as they get their third man-up opportunity of the game. They've yet to capitalize on the man-up, but is another good unit so far, has seen some good looks so far in this game.
It's Aquino along that far alleyway. He'll start the man up for Penn State by moving it down low to Long. Long and Matthews going to play catch before working it back up top. Here's Trainer right outside that Big Ten logo. Far side, Aquino, step down. How about that? Another snipe, Hunter Aquino. All gas, no brakes. Nittany Lions lead by 4.
We talked about it after his first goal, and I'm going to say it once again. This dude can bring the heat with his right hand, and he showed it again once again. He just had unlimited space. Yates was playing a little bit too far off him, and he just said, let her fly.
Yep. Yates sags too low, too much time and space for the freshman sniper. Nittany Lions take a 4-goal lead. Colgate just called a timeout, but let's talk about it. Penn State last year in the man-up, Jack, they weren't the best team. 52nd nationally out of 73 teams on man-up offense. They were 30.8% on the season. They've been excellent here this afternoon.
I think that's in large part due to the addition of Aquino, and we've yet to see it, but Jack Amon. They have that ability to stretch the defense, to provide more space to those guys on the inside, like Ryan DeRocco, like Liam Matthews, that we have seen so far in this contest. And that was something that the Nittany Lions just did not have last year in this man-up unit, and that has been a huge benefit so far for 2 man-up goals for the Nittany Lions.
Penn State perfect on the man up. We're going to step aside. Don't go anywhere. More Penn State lacrosse here on Big Ten Plus. Welcome back to Panther Stadium. Hayden Lewis joined by Jack Kiefer for this opening season contest between Penn State and Colgate here. Nittany Lions lead 8-4 with 3:35 left in the first half. It's been about the man up here recently for the Nittany Lions, and Hunter Aquino stinging a corner with a flamethrower. Penn State wins another faceoff. It's Luca DiBartolomeo off the wing. He's been excellent in his first game for the Nittany Lions so far.
Luca, not the biggest guy for an LSM, but is very efficient off the ground getting those loose balls, as we saw right there.
Penn State trying to work through the 10-man. Flag on the play, or not a flag, just a violation. Colgate going to restart quickly, try and work some offenses. Some of the Penn State midfielders are hung out there, Ethan Long being one of them. Only one offensive midfielder left on the field. And with the Patty Eldridge change, Long's going to get off too. Rory Connor near wing, working on Alex Ross. Ross spoiling anything Connor's looked for in this game. Now it's Liam Connor, the younger brother, rolling inside on Parnham. Dripping one past Frassian. And the signal on the field, it's a goal. My goodness, Liam Connor bent the corner around Parnham and buries one over the top of Frassian, using that 6'4" reach to his advantage.
Yeah, Parnham might have just overcommit a little bit too there, played too much upfield, expecting Connor to try and get upfield, get to that right hand, but Connor just inside roll, got a nice one-on-one look with Frassian, which Frassian's usually very efficient in those situations, but Connor beat him on that one.
That long reach, he was able to fake far side, bring it back near side for that near side shoulder of Frassian, his right shoulder between those pipes. Ground ball picked up by Yates. Colgate looking to go back-to-back here. Yates carrying along the midline, now over that center field logo. Working on O'Connor of the Nittany Lions. Yates and O'Connor, a big-time LSM duel here this afternoon at Panzer Stadium. There's the goal scorer, Liam Connor, working on Kevin Parnham once again. Connor working GLE, tried to get around Parnham. He's checked away, falls into the crease. It's going to be a crease violation. Connor shaken up a little bit there. Nothing too malicious. He's getting to his feet now. Take a look at it again. Kevin Parnham close on the defense. Nice little check right there. Thrown away from Frassian's crease, ultimately into the crease, which forced the turnover here with 2:12 left in this first half, Jack.
Yeah, it just seemed like he wasn't a push in the back, just playing physical defense, but might have just gotten the wind taken out of him when he landed in that crease, goal mouth area.
This allows Colgate to get set into that 10-man ride early here. Frassian hands off to Parnham. They'll play catch again. Frassian going to look for an option over the other side of the field. 9 seconds to clear for the Nittany Lions. Far wing Aldridge works over the midline, now into the offensive side of the field for the Nittany Lions. Good clear once again from Penn State. Doing an excellent job in the clear game today. 14 of 15. A team that cleared real well last year, around 88.5%. Here's an invert once again. Wallstrom working on Eldridge. Turn away from him, trying to roll into open space. Finds Amon up top. Amon stepped down. That one wide of the cage.
That's Amon's bread and butter, known for his ability to shoot with his left hand when his feet are set. That one just a little bit far off the cage.
Once Amon gets his feet wet, it's hard to stop him. He's a guy that can score in bunches. Long's got Eldridge hung up. Pass out top, Lehman dodges around Biello. He'll work back behind the cage to Long. Pass out front. Another step down. He scores! There he is! Jack Amon, his first as a Nittany Lion. And Penn State takes the 9-5 lead with 1:06 left in this first half.
Welcome to Happy Valley, Jack Amon. The Ringgoes, New Jersey native came over from Rutgers this offseason, but as I just said, his ability to shoot and spray the ball with that left hand showed it with his right there and just was able to beat Lacombe on that one low and away.
The low worm burner off stick. Penn the bottom corner. Nittany Lions lead by 4. A change from last year where they trailed much of the first half against this Colgate Raider team. Complete change in terms of momentum and tempo in this contest compared to the one 364 days ago here at Panzer Stadium. Amon's first of the season, assisted by Kyle Aldridge, his second assist of the game. Infraction on Rummel again. Penn State able to start cleanly. Here's Leary, sophomore, defensive midfielder for the Nittany Lions. Was the 5th guy in the rotation at the beginning of last year, worked his way in the lineup, now down in the 2, previously worn by Grant Haas. He didn't wear it last year. Haas was wearing the 16, but not a bad guy to wear the number 2 after.
No, Haas is one of the best short stick D-middies to come through, was the leader of that unit last year, but guys like Leary have stepped up so far in the first half of this Nittany Lions, for the Nittany Lions in this first half.
Leary, 6'4" sophomore from Villanova, PA. Now it's Will Peden being heavily pressured by Max Yates, able to work away from him, but in doing so, Jeff Tambroni didn't like the 2 poles running toward Peden. He's going to call timeout with 16 on the clock. Penn State looking to set up one play before the half runs out. We'll break down that play when we come back. Don't go anywhere. More Penn State and Colgate coming up after the break. We're back here in Panzer Stadium, 16.6 on the clock here in half number 1, quarter number 2. Penn State leads 9-5. Hayden Lewis joined by Jack Kiefer. Penn State looking to strike with little time on the clock. Here's Long, top of the box now near side Amon. Another feed, Long, sidearm steamer. That one over the cage of Lacombe, backed up by Lehman. Penn State's got 7 seconds to work with. Lehman working on Yates, little shimmy shake, gets around him. Near side Matthews, low arm burner, he scores! Liam Matthews with 1.8 on the clock, and the Nittany Lions extend the lead to 5. Matthews getting hot here in his first big-time action for Penn State.
Yeah, we see right there, Lehman kind of just gets a little bit of space against Yates on that far side, gets his hands free, finds an open Matthews, as Matthews sends that worm burner to beat Lacombe with just seconds left before this game goes to half.
You hear coaches preach it all the time. Bouncers go. That one a low skipper into the bottom corner stick side past Lacombe, reigning Patriot League goalie of the year. He's having some trouble here this afternoon against the Nittany Lions and their revitalized attack. No more TJ Malone on this offense, so it's trial by committee, and the committee's doing a great job as time winds down in half number one. Nittany Lions lead 10-5. Jack, as we take another look at this Matthews goal, his first one of the game, the BTB, fired up the crowd, adds a second. What have you seen from this Nittany Lion team here in 2025?
Yeah, this Nittany Lions offense has had a different look so far. Last year, obviously, we've talked about TJ Malone kind of manning that offense. This year, it's come from a lot of different faces in this first half. We see Matt Trainer with a hat trick. Matthews has 2 goals. Amon, DeRocco, the transfers getting there.
Welcome back to Panzer Stadium. Penn State currently leads Colgate 10-5 after one half. Hayden Lewis joined by Jack Kiefer for this contest. Penn State opened the score. It was 2-0. Kyle Lehman and Matt Trainer got things started. Colgate answered with 2 of their own for the first 4 goals of this contest. It was an 11-goal second quarter. Matt Trainer scored 2 more. He's got a hat trick. We were introduced to Hunter Aquino. He's got 2 goals, freshman for Penn State. For Colgate, it's been Rory Connor, Jack Turner, and Liam Connor commanding the offense, scoring 4 of the 5. Kyle Rummel, face-off guy, with the other one for Colgate. Jack, an interesting first half where Penn State's success on the man-up unit helped them gain this 5-goal lead. What you see, and what do you expect here in half number 2?
Yeah, as you said, that man-up unit kind of led the way for the Nittany Lions in that first half, something that wasn't the case very much last year for the team. But also Colby Baldwin played a huge role at the stripe, winning over 50%, nearing almost 70% of his faceoffs in that first half.
Great check there from Sam Erickson to jar that one out of the stick of Ryan O'Connor. It's going to force a turnover on the Nittany Lions. Baldwin now 11 of 17 on the day. He was 10 of 16 entering half number 2. That's 62.5%. Now he's up to 64.7. Excellent showing. A guy that only took 1 draw against Colgate last year. Came into his own last year for the Nittany Lions. Found a good job with help from Chase Mullins. Those 2 were a 1-2 punch for the Nittany Lions. Not the best face-off room in the country a year ago, as Colgate turned it back over there moments ago. It's a face-off unit that's looking to get better. Andy Myers operates and helps those guys out as the face-off coach. Also manages the box a little bit in the ride for the Nittany Lions. Far side, here's Wallstrom. Loves to invert, and he's going down low right now on Michael Kiley. Wallstrom very shifty from below GLE. Hands off to DeRocco. DeRocco extending over, low shot, turned away by Lacombe. Good shin save there from the senior netminder. Some early offense, a fresh 60 on the clock for Penn State. You get a reset off of a save. Resets to 60. The full shot clock is 80. Only get those off of turnovers. Wallstrom with this man hung up. That's Yates. Operating from X, Luke Wallstrom. Looking for an option out front. He'll find one. It's Ethan Long. Now Long working the shorty. It's Eldridge there in coverage. Hands off. Trainer down low. Back to Wallstrom. Yates still hung up. Pass up top. Long. Step down bullet. Over the top of the cage 30 on the shot clock, 13:21 in quarter 3 here from Panzer Stadium. Now it's Lehman working on Kiley, far side. Lehman draws the help from Erickson. He'll send it near side to Trainer. Trainer works around Fitzsimmons. Nice little roll. Inside feed, step down. Amon buries it. Jack Amon, his second of the game, pins the bottom right corner. Nittany Lions strike first in half number 2.
Amon played a lot of attack and midfield during his time with the Scarlet Knights and is coming out of the box for the Nittany Lions. He had to play with some all Big Ten guys in the Scarlet and Gray like Shane Knobloch, PLL star nowadays for the Carolina Chaos. And he's used to working in those off-ball situations, getting into the open space, finding those pockets in the defense and getting his hands free and scoring his third of the game.
Absolutely. Last year with Shane Knobloch, first-round draft pick of the Carolina Chaos, and Ross Scott, a third-round draft pick of the Chaos on that Rutgers offense. Here's Trainer, step down, worm burner. That's why the cage backed up by Carabine. Ball going to Colgate. That's what happens quick in transition like that off a face-off. You don't have people necessarily back there to back up shots. It's a good take, though, one that's worked against Lacombe so far in this game. Here's Yates, solo clearing for Colgate. He'll hand off to Tedesco, cross back over the mid-line, allow some other players to get on the field like this guy right here, Liam Connor. He hands off to Favreau, a guy that was very quiet in half number 1. Favreau working Aldridge, draws the slide from Ross, hands off to Trumbull. Trumbull up top, finds Druin. Druin working Kyle Aldridge. He'll go for the invert from X here. Druin working over GLE, inside roll, cuts into the crease and scores. Hunter Druin, the guy you said needed to come out in half number 2, scores the first for Colgate. They cut it back down to a 5-goal lead for the Nittany Lions.
Druin, the first team All-Patriot League selection a year ago, had a slow start to this in this first half, but is just able to work against the shorty, a favorable matchup for him, get Aldridge to overcommit a little bit like we saw from Parnham in that first half, and Druin has that one-on-one and is able to bury that one past Frassian.
Had 52 points a season ago, 38 goals, 14 assists, a nice season. Earned him honorable mention rankings at the All-American status from multiple different lacrosse companies, including Inside Lacrosse, US Lax Mag. A guy that really stood out on this roster and made his name known in this game against Penn State a year ago. Here's Rory Connor working around Ross. Passes it over to Yates. He rings one off the pipe. Thought we were about to see our first pole goal of the game. Unfortunately, pipe was rung. Liam Connor backing it up. Colgate a fresh 60. Here's Trumbull on Leary. 2 6'4" guys. One's got 30 pounds on the other. That's Trumbull. Trumbull using that size. Draws a check up high from Leary. Colgate will go to the man up. Now it's Liam Connor working Parnham once again. This has been a good matchup all afternoon long. Connor hands off to Druin. Most recent goal scorer in this contest. Druin working on O'Connor. Spins away from the help. That's Costin. Druin operating freely. Big save Frassian right into the mesh of that head. Easy stop there for Stickson between the pipes.
Yeah, for the Raiders have not had success so far on the man up in that first half. Get their first opportunity of this second half to try and decrease this advantage the Nittany Lions have garnered over the course of this second half.
That save was save number 8 on the game for Jack Frassian, one more than he had last year against Colgate through 4 quarters. It's part of the reason why the Nittany Lions have the lead here this afternoon. Druin works it up top to Connor. Backhand pass from Turner, BTB down low to the other Connor Liam. Now it's Druin near side. Up top, Rory Connor playing catch with Hunter Druin. Druin delays, hands off to Rory Connor. Now it's Jack Turner. He'll work around the close checking from Parnham. Nice little face dodge action there. Can't work toward the cage though. Here's Liam Connor now. Now Favreau to Druin. He fakes the step down, swings one far side. Turner Low pass, unable to get a shot off. He's mauled by Aldridge. Ball loose, big save. Frasian, a kick save there, and a beauty. Free shot there for Quinson as O'Connor turns it over momentarily, able to slap that one out of play. A fresh 73 goes to a fresh 80 for Colgate on the turnover. O'Connor shaken up. 10 seconds left on the man down for Penn State. Looking to get John King quickly onto the field. Here's Rory Connor, feed down low, looking for Liam. He's unable to handle the pass, too much mustard on that one. And out of his cage is Frasian. And Penn State the other way on the clear with O'Connor again.
Really nice man down unit for the Nittany Lions in that one, holding the Raiders again to no opportunities, no goals off their 3 man-up opportunities so far. This defense has been flying around to the ball today.
Last year we got to see a lot of J.B. Strachan, the man-down specialist for Penn State. This go-around had 4 pulls that we see a lot of. It's the 3 guys down low for Penn State, the 3 close defenders with the addition of Ryan O'Connor on the man down that time. Inside feed. Lehman didn't have a lane to get that shot off, had some trouble handling the pass. Good checking from Biello in tight. Now Lehman working on Biello. Can't quite get around him, hands off to Hobbs. Far side, it's Aquino. He'll spin it down low. Peden, man hung up, that's Eldridge again. Feed from Peden, here's Hobbs. Works inside, rings one off pipe. Ball's loose right at the top of the crease of Lacombe. It's a scramble, push on the play on Penn State. Colgate now looking to restart the action. Hold on a second, ref signals the wrong way. It's a push on Colgate. Ball to the Nittany Lions. Jack, you were up here signaling Penn State the whole way. Good eye on you.
Yeah, it just seemed like Kyle Lehman kind of got a little bit late of a push from behind in that loose ball scrum right in front of the ref there. The ref's not going to miss that one. The ball's going to stay with the Nittany Lions.
It's Quinn Fitzsimmons on the push there. Penn State with a fresh 60 because of that. It'll be Lehman to restart for the Nittany Lions. Yates the closest defender. Lehman hands off. Now it's to Rocco. His man hung up. That's Fitzsimmons. Man guilty of the push. Trainer matched with the short stick. Swings low to DeRocco. DeRocco, couple guys hung up, works over GLE. No option out front. He'll turn away and spin it back down to Peden. Quick pass, Trainer. Trainer, low to high, rip. That one sails over the top bar looking like Mac O'Keefe, but a righty there. Here's DeRocco. Scanning with his man hung up for what feels like the 30th time this game. Colgate happy to just slough everybody in tight, not allow anything at the crease area. Hobbs working over GLE. His shot bounced off a stick, didn't quite get there. Flag thrown, couple of them. 2 pieces of yellow laundry hit the turf. Penn State will go to the man up where they've been perfect unless they score here. It's Trainer. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Penn State's got to work quick. Aquino on Yates. Rolls away, far side. Hobbs, 3 seconds to shoot for the Nittany Lions. Inside feed, BTB Trainer. Are you kidding me? Matt Trainer, pure sorcery. The Nittany Lions humming on all cylinders. Somebody give SportsCenter a ring. That was a beauty.
Matt Trainer, take a bow. Take a bow. Twos is known for his ability to take those crazy over-the-shoulder BTB, really shifty, really crafty with that right hand, and he showed you right there why he has some of the best hands alongside Liam Matthews on this Penn State squad.
Let's just take a moment to look at this one once more. Matt Trainer, you sicko, his 4th of the game, 4th of the season, my goodness. Beautiful. And it's an and one. Penn State going to the man up as well, so they have a chance to extend the lead to 7. They lead 12-6 here. A minute penalty assessed to Colgate. Face-off one, however, by Colgate there. Unable to pick up the ground ball was Rummel. Here comes Aldridge the other way for the Nittany Lions. Donnie Tedesco in the box for a slash. 1 minute penalty, 45 ticks left on the man up for Penn State. We'll try and work into some quick action here. Penn State now finally got all their bodies out there. Aquino, the last man of this unit. to get on the field. Ball down low with Matthews, playing some catch with Amon. Now it's Trainer. He's got 4 on the game. Not 4 into scoring goals, and a lot of them. Amon stepped down. Easy, secure save there for Lacombe. Looked like Amon didn't get all of that one off the release. Colgate looking to clear. Matthews riding hard on that far sideline, forcing Biello to turn back to Lacombe. Now it's near side Carabine, able to cross over that midline. Rolls away from Aquino. Nice little move there with the pull. Colgate able to kill off the man down, and we're back to even strength here at Panzer Stadium. Liam Connor trying to sell one there. Nice little slash from Ethan Long, a guy that lit up Princeton a couple of years ago in the NCAA tournament. Will look to do so here in a couple weeks when the Nittany Lions take on Princeton once again in what should be a great early season contest for both teams. Princeton, a team that could very well win a national title this year. Here's Hunter Druin. Pass inside off the head of the intended receiver. Nice little hit there to jar that ball free from the stick of Long. It was Spillett inside who couldn't get the shot off. Another pass inside. Rory Connor unable to make some magic with it. Flags on the play. Penn State to the man down. 6:19 remaining in quarter number 3. Nittany Lions lead 12-6. And Jack, this is where Colgate struggled. It's the man up. What do they got to do here?
I think they got to just try and space this Nittany Lion defense out a little bit more. Nittany Lions are staying at home, not really seeing those threats from the outside. They haven't made them have to step out, respect the Colgate shooters like Jack Turner, like a Ben Trumbull. I think they just need to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers like Rory Connor or Jack Turner, and they should be good to go.
We've heard the word respect echoed between the two of us a couple times. Penn State not respecting the game of lacrosse or some of the players on Colgate a year ago, according to Coach Tambroni on Wednesday. Step down shot there, goes wide of the cage, backed up by Colgate. But there's a lot of respect between these two programs, more specifically the coaches. Coach Tambroni tried to recruit Coach Carwick from Colgate, the head coach, on that sideline. When Carwick was a college player, he ended up going to Notre Dame. Tambroni, a coach at Cornell before his time here in Happy Valley. Great pick off there from Will Costin to stifle that man-up situation. Hunter Druin, the one turning it over. Coach Carwick told me on Friday he really wanted to show how much he appreciated the relationship that he's built with Coach Tambroni over the course of his playing days and also their coaching careers, their respective ones here in collegiate lacrosse. Nittany Lions looking to kill the final 10 seconds of this man down. Carwick very pumped for this team. It's an exciting year. Last year lost to Boston University in the Patriot League quarterfinals. It was a barn burner. Final score 18-17. Shelled Jack Rowlett's D-core. Rowlett, the defensive coordinator at Boston University, one of the top pulls in the PLL, plays for the Chaos. Here's Amon, top of the box, 20 on the shot clock. Penn State got to work quick. Good feed, Amon, down low, Trainer, rings pipe. Rebound out front. Another shot wide of the cage. Ethan Long looking to score his first of the day. Couldn't quite do so. Penn State a fresh 60 now, though. Trainer hands off. Wallstrom working on Eldridge down low once again. Fluke Wallstrom's on the field. Expect to see an invert. He loves going below the goal line. Doubled inside pass. Trainer, there's his 5th. The sock trick. Matt Trainer doing what he does best. Score goals.
Matt Trainer had 12 multi-goal games, and this isn't even a multi-goal game. This is one of his best individual performances of his career so far. 5 goals in this one, and this contest ain't even over yet. As we see on this replay, just gets a nice little inside feed from Wallstrom. Nice quick release, and beats Lacombe with some deception of low to high.
He was a All-American. And it was because he scored a lot of goals assisted by multiple players. Trainer, a guy that has an assist in this game, but coming into the contest only had 14 on the career compared to the 78 goals he had coming in. Now he's at 83 and 15 on the career. Not too shabby. 98 points, too shy of 100 career points here for the Nittany Lions. Colby Baldwin goes early on the faceoff. That's a violation. Rummel to start for Colgate. Matt Trainer, 2 assists, apologies, so he's got 7 points here. He's at 99 career points. One more point for Matt Trainer in this contest, and he's at 100 on the career for the blue and white. Colgate down 13-6, nearing 4 minutes left in the third quarter, 19 left in this entire contest. You've got to score goals. It's Trumbull, far side working John King. Ben Trumbull trying to work top side around him, can't quite do so. Good defense. Here's Rory Connor. He's been quiet here all afternoon long. Liam Connor up top to Hunter Drouin. Now back down low to Liam. Liam Connor working on Costin. Apologies, that's Parnham. Now Rory far side, Drouin. It's Favreau. Favreau's feet out front. Knocked down by Costin and DeBartolomeo. Both of them with great sticks in this contest so far. Ground ball's loose, working its way out of bounds. Alex Ross, little jump pass to nobody. It's Max Yates. Yates' pass sails over Connor. Bad turnover. Colgate had a chance. Things are heating up here. The storyline of last year, a lot of turnovers as Costin fires one from the other side of the field, trying to beat the 10-man ride and score a goal there. That one skipped wide of the cage. Turnovers were a big thing last year. Leary working inside, a little twister. Skipped wide of the cage of Lacombe. Leary going to go off for a change with King. Penn State 67 on the shot clock. 3 left in this third quarter here. Far side, Will Peden. Working where? Down low, below GLE for another invert. That's what happens. You got a lot of guys that have played attack in midfield in their career. They love going down low. It really trips up a defense. Lehman fakes a shot. Had a man creeping over GLE. Couldn't see him. It was Peden. Here's Aquino. 2 on the game. His feet inside to Hobbs. They don't connect. Yates trying to stir the pot. Pick up a GB. Doesn't do so. Here's Lehman. Being harassed by multiple players. Coach Tambroni from the sideline screaming timeout. He gets one. 2:25 to play in quarter number 3. We're going to step aside. Welcome back to Panzer Stadium. Hayden Lewis joined by Jack Keefe. We're going to take you through some out-of-town scores in the Big Ten. Maryland beat Richmond. That's number 5 Maryland knocking down number 20 Richmond 12-7. Rutgers beat Lehigh 10-6. Utah upsets number 19 Ohio State to open the season. That's a big loss for Ohio State, who was without Caleb Fyock, their starting netminder, nicknamed Big Tasty, a key loss for Ohio State. It was evident on the field in that game. And right now, the matchup of the afternoon. Johns Hopkins, number 8 in the country, playing number 10 Denver. They're up 4-1. That's Hopkins up 4-1 on Denver. In Michigan, number 15 ranked team in the nation right now, leads Marquette 8-1. It's your Big Ten scores right now in college lacrosse as Penn State looks to add another to the board. Moving pick on the Nittany Lions, turn the ball over back to Colgate. 13-6 your score here from Panzer Stadium. 2 minutes left here in quarter number 3. Colgate just unable to really get things going on the offensive side of the field. Good check there from Will Costin, jarring that ball free. Nittany Lions back the other way in transition, Jack.
Yeah, the Raiders were really pushing there in transition. There's a
big hit from Sam Erickson on Ethan Long. He's shaking up, a few bodies surrounding him. All 3 officials throwing a flag on the play there. Penn State will go to the man up. Ethan Long lost his bucket on that hit. Over on the far sideline, you see it on your screen right now. He's going to go have a conversation. Here's a little replay. Bang, Erickson, 2-hand cross check right up into the chest area of Ethan Long. He'll serve some time. Officials are currently discussing. You see him there right at the midline next to 51, Liam Matthews of Penn State, who's chopping away at a Colgate player. There's the hit again. Jack, what'd you see?
Yeah, just Ethan Long kind of turned, tried to get it back to the middle of the field, and he just kind of got hit a little bit high. 2 hands, clean cross check. Wasn't an illegal, just a little bit too high. Hit that head area. That's going to be another man-up opportunity for the Nittany Lions.
Ethan Long, a key component on the man-up. He's down stationed to the right of Lacombe for this man-up opportunity. Penn State 2 of 4 on the day. Really 2 of 3. This is the 4th opportunity. Here's Long, the man that soaked the high hit. Minute-long man-up situation for the Nittany Lions here. Trainer far side, now inside. Duraco, his shot off the hip of Lacombe. Big save from the senior netminder. He's been tested often in this game. Throws that one away. They're going to say Matthews interfered with the pass. Colgate gets away with one right there. Good call, though, from the crew. Been talking about this referee crew. Joseph Cheslick, Matt Raidbaugh, and Charlie Obermeyer here this afternoon doing a great job in this non-conference matchup between the Patriot League's Colgate and Big Ten's Penn State. Here's Druin working around the crease. Nice roll inside. Unable to bury that one. What a move. That was slippery.
Hunter Druin, as we talked about, one of those guys that needs to step up in this second half, or in this 4th quarter, I should say, as we approach the end of the 3rd here, if the Raiders want to get back into this one.
Penn State still 10 seconds on the man up. Nothing's going to come of it. Colgate killing the time. They've got 50 on the shot clock, 52 on the game clock. They're going to dwindle the time down, take one last shot here from what it looks like. Back to even strength. Far side of the field, Liam Connor. Connor working against Will Costin. Will's brother Mac, a part of the 17-member senior class from a year ago. 17 players graduating. Mac Costin, one of the very talented midfielders on this team for the past few years, was a transfer from Utah before he made his debut for the Nittany Lions. Great check there. Kevin Parnham, ball down, picked up by Parnham. The Penn State defense has been hounding. Turnover, though, by Parnham, who then picks up another GB, padding his stats right now in the defensive third of the field. Penn State looking to clear 2 on the clock. They got to get a shot off. Aldrich doesn't know. Feet inside. Lehman unable to turn and rip as time expires here in quarter number 3. Nittany Lions lead 13-6. Jack, 7-goal disparity here. Colgate, what are their chances from what you've seen to get back in this game and have a big quarter where they've got to score more goals than they've scored in the entire game?
Yeah, only 1 third-quarter goal from Colgate in this second half, and they just have had no success getting the ball by Jack Frassian. He has stood on his head today, but the only way you're going to beat a guy of the caliber of Frassian is just as many shots on net as possible, and they have just not been able to get those clean looks so far in the second half, but if they want to get back into this one, they're going to need a little bit more of that.
We just flashed some of the goals from quarter number 3, and we're hoping to see more in quarter number 4. Don't go anywhere. 4th quarter action upcoming here on Big Ten Plus. joined by Jack Kiefer. Colgate needs 7 goals to tie it here right now. They've only got 6 in the game. They've got a very steep mountain to climb, and it doesn't get any nicer as you look at their schedule. Next week they play Virginia on Saturday. It's a Virginia team that's looking to figure out what it's got this year without Connor Schellenberger, the 4-time All-American, in 2 positions, really, midfield and attack. An excellent player for the Cavaliers for the course of the past 4 years. Some other players off that roster like Peyton Cormier, but big name there right now, McCabe Millen, Truett Sutherland. And then you also got to remember, you got Ben Ware in the middle of the field. Ben Ware and Max Yates about to have a battle of the century in the middle of the field, picking up ground balls off the wing, Jack.
Yeah, this is a huge first test for the Raiders. As you mentioned, they got some of the best attackmen coming up in the country. As you mentioned, McCabe Millen next week. A couple weeks after that, Sam King of Harvard. Then heading later in the season to Syracuse with Joey Spallina. So this is a good early season test to kind of see where this defense is standing.
Saul, after one half at Cuse, Spallina a hat trick against the Dolphins, also had an assist of Jacksonville. That's the Jacksonville Dolphins. Cuse rolling, a team that may make it back to championship weekend this year for the first time in a while. They're loaded. Also got Owen Hiltz at attack. He can feed and score. Michael Leo, Luke Roa, naming a couple other guys that had big games today as Penn State turns it over. Here's Erickson at transition. Erickson swings near side. Jack Turner shot blocked by Parnham. Good job on that transition defensive slide there from the senior pole. Looking at Cuse, Joey Spallina, 3 goals, 2 assists today. Michael Leo, 4 goals and an assist. They're up 24-5 right now against Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a team that may compete this year to win the ASUN. They're a very good team, down a couple players with injury, but it's a great start to the year if you're Cuse, and they're kind of showing how loaded they are. Down low, Rory Connor rolling inside, unable to bury that one. John King back the other way for the Nittany Lions. Trey Deer seeing some action for one of the early times here in his career for Syracuse. Doing some good work over there. Looking at this field for Penn State. Next week they play Villanova, a team that they handled very easily last year, but it's a Villanova team that's going to have a lot more experience coming into 2025 than they did 2024, Jack.
Yeah, a lot of returning guys on that offensive side of the ball, like Colin Michter and Matt Licata, 2 huge pieces for them offensively, but I believe they open their season next week with the Nittany Lions, so it'll be interesting to see how that first contest goes with Penn State already having one under their belt.
Absolutely. It's a revenge game, a Sunday game for Villanova. They came here last year. Matthews passed near side to Aquino. Aquino unable to find a lane to rip one. Now down low, it's Lehman. Got his defender hung up. It's Yates. Matthews working inside, trying to find a lane. He doesn't need much space to catch and shoot. Lehman jumps over GLE and scores. Splitting the wickets. Matt Lacombe didn't see it coming. Kyle Lehman, a nice little short burst from X, and the Nittany Lions lead 14-6.
Lehman was one of those guys that going into the season had a star next to his name. He'd kind of got caught in the background on the team last year with TJ Malone, with the Matt Trainer on that attack line, but is really expected to step into a new role this year and has showed so far today that he can do so.
2 goals and an assist here today for Lehman. Had 3 goals and an assist last year against Colgate. It's a guy that projected to take over that role down low, take over a TJ Malone's job, which he really is doing. He's operating the left wing. He can operate down low, just saw it right there. Here's a transition opportunity to Bartolomeo, had some trouble with that pass. Now Yates harassing Lehman. He'll hand off to Aldridge. Lehman's doing a good job. He doesn't have to be the number 1 guy. There's a lot of good players on this Penn State team. It's trial by committee this year for this offense. Nobody has to be the primary ball handler because there are so many good ones, including Matt Trainer, who's matched up with a short stick right now. That's Tedesco. He'll swim over him. Pick from Lehman. Forces the switch. Ball back down low to Trainer. Yates near some coverage. Now it's back to Tedesco. Lehman and Trainer playing catch below GLE. Now Trainer looking to dodge. Finds Lehman near side. Over the top inside feed. Wallstrom unable to handle that pass. Good look there. Lacomb's clear once again, interfered with. Ball's going to come back down low. Or never mind, quick restart. Here's Turner feeding Liam Connor. Connor working topside around Parnham. Tried to feed back down low. A great late second check from Parnham. Gerard it free. Costin finished a check high. Colgate going to the man up. His ball skipped out of play.
Yeah, Colgate going to the man up. Have not had a lot of success on that with that unit so far today. But if they want to get a chance to get back into this one, it'll start here.
So it was really a hit from Ethan Long there. I thought it was Costin who ended up ripping the stick into the air. It was a great trail check from Kevin Parnham to make that an errant pass from Liam Connor. But Ethan Long going to serve some time for that hit. Got Liam Connor in the backside, shook him up a little bit. He's fine now there. He's standing right on the wing next to the official to start this man up situation here for Colgate. Rory Connor, top of the key, hands off near wing. Here's Liam Connor. 14-4 brothers for Rory Connor, the older of the two. Liam, a sophomore, Rory, a senior. Liam hands over to Hunter Druin, now down low, Favreau. Hands back off to Druin. Ball spinning around nicely here for Colgate, looking to generate an opportunity out front for one of the stretch shooters. Down low, Liam Connor looking for an option. 30 seconds on the power play. Far side shot blocked by Costin. That one off the twig of Druin, backed up by Liam Connor. 22 ticks left on the man up for Colgate. 42 on the shot clock, 10.5 left in this contest. Opening game of the 2025 season for both of these squads. Druin skip pass, BTB Turner, down low Liam Connor, he buries it. A beautiful passing play from the Colgate Raiders. They cut it back down to a 7-goal lead for the Nittany Lions.
Despite some offensive struggles here today for Colgate, we see it right here, this beautiful behind-the-back pass from Jack Turner. Gets Connor free, right hand free, and he's just able to beat that one low and away past Frassian. But we see it right here. This Colgate team has potential on offense. They've just going through some early season, first game of the year. They're going to have to wipe the kinks out of the offense. It's going to take some time to get the ball flowing, get the chemistry going between these guys, but they do have it.
Yeah, last year it was Michael Minikis down low, joining Jack Turner and Rory Connor. Liam Connor replacing Minikis this year. Here's to Barlameo off the face-off. Hands it off to Trainer on that far side. Pass up top, John King. Works around Yates, no lane to go to the cage. He'll back off, slow things down for the Nittany Lions. Bartolomeo and King working for changes. Liam Matthews near side, dodging on Carabine. Now it's Duraco. Down low on Eldridge. That's a shorty on an attackman once again for Colgate. Duraco seeing that he's got Eldridge in coverage. Gonna work his matchup. Spins it far side. Now it's Aquino also matched up with a shorty. Wiley Warshaw was the guy on him before asking for a switch there. Ball was jarred free momentarily by Fitzsimmons before working back down low to Duraco. Duraco not going to take the pick. Works over GLE, now moves it up top. Trainer, far side Aquino. Nice little fake shot there. Now Trainer, inside feed, Matthews. Nice shot off the body of the closest defender, that being Warshaw. Skipped wide of the cage, Penn State with 19 seconds on the shot clock to operate. Back in the twig of Duraco. We'll take it far side now, matched up with Yates, spinning it back to Peden. 10 to go on the shot clock. Peden working over the far side, skip past Trainer. Step down, release, that one turned aside by Lacombe. Fresh 60 on the clock for the Nittany Lions. Matt Trainer looking for point number 100 on the career with that step down. Duraco on the restart. Now it's Aquino. Hunter Aquino, 2 goals in the contest. A great showing for his first time here at Panzer Stadium as a Nittany Lion, the freshman 4-star recruit. Originally committed to Army, making an impact early here in his career. Now it's Mac Hobbs. Man hung up, it's Biello. Biello able to extend back out onto Hobbs now. Hobbs to Trainer. Trainer step down. Turned aside. Matt Lacombe's doing some great work between the pipes right now. Fitzsimmons trying to spin away from the on-checking stick of O'Connor. That one jarred loose. Whistle on the play. Waiting to see what the call is here. Asking for a reset on the clock. Ross going to hand it back off to Rory Connor. There's a Nittany Lion down in front of the net. I believe it was Liam Matthews who soaked a nice portion of the head of Matt Lacomb's stick on that clear. Matthews has been a pest out in front of that crease lately on clears. Colgate now going to restart with a fresh 80 here from the midline. 8 minutes left in this contest. Looking ahead still for Colgate. What do they have to do to get Hunter Druin activated? He hasn't really been a factor in this contest.
Yeah, Hunter Druin, as you mentioned, has not been a huge factor in this contest so far. Right now, currently has a favorable matchup against a short stick. Even though there is a little bit of a size disadvantage, you kind of need to put him in those situations where he can get his hands free and try and make a dodge to net, because he's a very talented dodger down the alleys.
Leary turns it over. There's a good look from Hunter Druin, who has the ball right now. He'll hand off. Penn State going the man down at the next stoppage. Got a flag on the play. Druin's a guy very crafty. Liam Connor out front, diving through the crease. Put it in the back of the net. They're going to wave it off, though. Crease violation on the Raiders. Doesn't quite matter, though. They'll go to the man up. 7.5 remaining here in quarter number 4. Take another look. Pass out front. Connor stepped in the crease right there. Gets by Frasian, buries it, gets waved off, nothing doing. Nittany Lions going to the man down, though. Liam Connor's been excellent in his first career start at attack for the Colgate Raiders here this afternoon, Jack.
Yeah, Connor scored that game-winning goal for the Raiders last year in this matchup. His move that made that switch from the midfield down to attack to play with his brother Rory, and has played a huge role alongside Jack Turner today, and see that as a dangerous trio of attackmen moving forward for the Raiders.
BTB inside from Turner, found Rory Connor. His shot skipped high over the cage. It was blocked partially by the stick of Parnham. 72 on the shot clock, 50 seconds on this power play. Man up situation for Colgate. Alex Ross, the one serving time. Colgate's done a better job spinning the ball on the man up here in the second half. It's Liam Connor working on Patrick Keenan. He's filling in that fourth pole position down low for the Nittany Lions with Ross in the box. Rory Connor finds Jack Turner. He rings pipe. Druin unable to pick up that rebound cleanly. Rory Connor finally scoops it up, throws a backhand toward Aldridge. He's unable to scoop it. Now Liam Connor out front. Ball's loose. Keenan diving. Frasian trying to get some stick on it. Finally does so. Nittany Lions navigate the mayhem. Clear it away. Penn State going to start now at the midline because Connor went diving into the crease at Frasian. Here's another look. Nice, good, clean hit there. Connor out front has it checked away by Patrick Keenan, a last-ditch effort. Then inside there, getting a little too handsy in front, Casey Quinson, the one that forced that ball to the midline where Penn State now has the ball, killing off the final few ticks on the Alex Ross penalty. 6.5 left in this contest. Penn State leads 14-7 here in quarter number 4 to open this season, open the 2025 campaign. It's Team 112 for Penn State, the 112th year of Penn State lacrosse. And that's what they're calling the team, started by Coach Tambroni here. We heard it first on Wednesday. He called the team Team 112. That's the message in the locker room this season. 112 years of Penn State lacrosse. Ball's loose along the far side of the field. Ground ball battle won by the Raiders. Erickson dropped the ball back in the crease of Lacombe and slashed Jack Amon right in the shin. He soaked that one. Nice little BTB there from Max Yates to get that ball over the midline down to Donnie Tedesco now on the offensive side of the field. Long a slash on Tedesco, draws a penalty. Now it's Liam Connor working Kevin Parnham. Connor below GLE. Gonna try and operate around Parnham again in this contest. It's been a good duel between those two in this game. Nice little slash there from Parnham has Connor shaken up a little bit. Now it's Jack Turner, inside feed. Nice pass to Rory Connor. He shot it off into Bartolomeo. And because of the penalty along the near sideline to Ethan Long, It's going to be a man up. We'll look at a replay right now of that penalty on the Nittany Lions as Colgate goes back to a man up here. Negative, no replay this time. Colgate looking to cut into this Penn State lead a little bit as time dwindles down. You may think, this game doesn't matter, but as you look later on this season where both of these teams could be ranked, could maybe not be ranked based on the strength of their schedules, it's important to make this game as close as possible. Said it at the Open, the Patriot League's going to be a bloodbath this year. Army's good. Got some other good teams like Colgate in the Patriot League as Favreau works over GLE, stuffed by Frasian's feet right there. Colgate wins the race to the sideline, a close one there. 40 on the power play remaining. It's Rory Connor at the top. Colgate also got teams like Navy, a team Penn State will play in a couple weeks here at Panzer Stadium, 3 to be exact. That's a team in the Patriot League that's going to be better. Step down bullet, they score. Hunter drew in. He heard us talking up here. Lights the lamp once again. Colgate cutting back down the lead of the Nittany Lions, but it may be too little too late with 5 to play. You never know, though. A face-off man can get hot as you see him sting the corner once again.
This is a guy we talked about was an all-conference, all-league player last year, and he is one of the keys to this offense. If they want to get going, they need Hunter Druin to have a game, and it's these moments late in the game that even though the game might be kind of under wraps, there's a six-goal lead for the Nittany Lions, these are the types of game that you build those chemistry and get more comfortable in that offense, get those mental reps, get those physical reps, and could play huge for the Raiders in the long run.
Colby Baldwin won the clamp, unable to secure the ground ball. Ball is loose, working toward the midline. Kyle Lehman able to scoop it up for the Nittany Lions. They actually popped it up, didn't really get the full secure of the ball. Now it's Yates. Will Costa a little shaken up. Yates unable to handle that one. It goes out of play, Nittany Lions ball. King gonna work it back. Now Frasian. Colgate back into the 10-man right again. Parnham all the way through to Costin. Costin gonna rip a shot toward the cage. That one skipped just wide of the post. Back up one by Duraco. If Penn State goes quick, they can strike. Lacomb's still out of the net. He gets back in, returns between his pipes. 4:15 now left in this contest. Nittany Lions lead 14-8 against the Raiders. You look at the Patriot League, Jack. Who's a team that really stands out to you to win that conference this year?
I feel like the obvious answer is Army. I mean, Army's returning a lot of guys this year. They got some preseason All-Americans like Jackson Eichner, like A.J. Palat, a dominant face-off guy in Will Coletti, which is huge. In this sport, you need to get the ball to be able to put the ball in the back of the net. So I think...
Who's your team this year in the Big Ten?
I think it's one of those teams you mentioned right there. I think Johns Hopkins right now has the upper hand. I mean, they lost their goalie, Chase Erlin, to the PLO. He graduated, but now is back on staff, so it will be a huge added bonus for that team. But they return a very dominant defense with the likes of Scott Smith, Quentin Kilrain, who was one of the best long pulls in the country last year as a freshman, and then moving towards the offensive end, like guys like Matt Collison, Russell Melendez, Dylan Bauer. They return a lot of their production from last year. So it'll be a tight battle between the Terrapins and the Blue Jays for that lead in the Big Ten, but I think the Blue Jays have the upper hand at the moment.
No more Garrett Degnan over in Baltimore for Johns Hopkins, drafted by the California Redwoods. Played a handful of games for them in the PLL last year. Here's Liam Connor working inside once again. Swerves and bends the corner around Parnham and buries it. Goal is counted by the refs. Colgate cutting back into the lead. It's 14-9 Penn State with 2:45 to go.
Liam Connor, that's not the first time he has showed that move today. He loves that inside roll, can use that big body to his advantage, and despite the usual success Frasian has on those inside close looks, has not gone his way today, but nonetheless still how that 5-goal lead with just under 3 minutes left in this one.
Liam Connor really using his size to his advantage around the crease with Frassi. He's got some nice feet. Good footwork out around that crease for a big guy. A lot of weird bounces here as time's dwindling down. Sam Erickson in transition. Inside feed to Rory Connor. He's unable to handle it. Pat Keenan picking it up for the Nittany Lions before turning it over momentarily. Now it's John King. Far side pass looking for DeRocco. Lacombe way out of his cage. Pass up top. Ryan O'Connor going to slow things down for the Nittany Lions. Thought we'd maybe see him step into one there with Lacombe not centered between his pipes. Penn State, though, going to change some bodies around, get some fresh faces on the field. Here's Mac Hobbs going to work it far side to Peden, and where's he going? Down low. He's going to invert. Patty Eldridge, Will Peden, and Luke Wallstrom doing a lot of this throughout the contest. Under 40 seconds on the shot clock. Nearing a minute and a half left in this final quarter here to open the season from Panzer Stadium. Will Peden working on Eldridge along that far side of the field. Now working down low toward X. Peden draws the switch. Works it over to DeRocco. Up top, Hobbs. Swim move around Erickson. Working down that far alley. Mac Hobbs feeds to Lehman. Lehman soaks a nice check there. Now DeRocco working for Max on Eldridge. Pass out front. Step down. Peden rings pipe. Wow. A quick release out front from Peden. He's unable to bury it, and back the other way come the Raiders. Step down from transition. Eldridge sneaking it by the line. Alex Ross, the secondary man between the pipes, saves that one for the Nittany Lions. Jack Frassian gonna have to give his pole a pat on the back. It's actually Kevin Parnham there playing sweeper keeper, helping out Frassian. Saves a goal right there. Penn State crosses over the midline. Got a timeout and a challenge flag on the field. It's a new addition to college lacrosse this year. You're allowed to challenge. It was controversy a couple years ago in the national tournament with Penn State. They were playing Duke. Garrett Ledman, was his foot in the crease or not? We're not going to be the judge of that. That's history. But the challenge flag, the red flag on the far side of the field, is something you're allowed to add. We're going to take another look at it. Shot from Eldridge in transition. Squirts through the wickets of Frassian. Can't see the ball right now. Frassian looks like he sat on it. Now you see it's right behind him. It's like a little egg. And then coming down low to that goal line, it's Parnham. Puts his twig over the top of it. So you roll the clip here again. Eldridge shot through the wickets. Ball right now is right behind Frassian. You see a little white dot behind the blue paints. Can't tell where that ball is in relation to the goal line, Jack.
Yeah, that will be a tough one for this referee crew to take a look at. Obviously, call on the field was no goal going Penn State's way, so they'll need to see something clear and decisive here to overturn this one. But, hey, we might be witnessing, not sure how the other game's going, but we might be witnessing college lacrosse history here with potentially a first challenge.
First challenge, absolutely. Not sure if the red challenge flag was thrown across the country yet today, this afternoon. So we may have the first challenge of the 2025 NCAA lacrosse season, the first challenge all time in college lacrosse. I'm sure it will be reported out later this afternoon on Inside Lacrosse, the Lacrosse Network, and elsewhere on whether or not it is, because this is a big moment in the sport. Challenges allowed in the professional game in the PLL. See it once again, Frassian sitting down on his knees, the ball right behind his rear side. And it's Parnham extending over toward the goal line, trying to hold that ball out. Well, we were looking at that replay. Ref made a signal at the sideline. No goal is your call on the field. The first challenge of the season coming from Coach Carwick. Unsuccessful. Colgate, knowing they've got to score a lot of goals in a short time period, double teaming Matt Trainer off the restart. Trainer swimming through the defense. One of the hardest guys to double team because he's so crafty. Throws an errant BTB, picked off by Lacombe. Colgate now looking to work fast in transition. Pass from Lacombe out of the reach of Eldridge. Ball picked back up by John King. 15 on the clock. Penn State just going to work it to the corner and just kill the time. Trainer hands off to King. Now to the logo. It's Ryan O'Connor. 5 on the clock. Nittany Lions lead by 5, and that'll do it. Penn State avenges last year's opening season loss to the Colgate Raiders with a 14-9 victory here in 2025. A big-time win to start the season as they look to play Villanova next week. For Colgate, they've got